Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, you're tuned into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And we're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition, and we're on the Alma, Missouri map. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. We're happy to have you here, and we're just going to jump right in. No setup tonight because I haven't really done anything in the series off camera since we jumped off from the last episode. In fact, I was trying to figure out exactly where our stopping point was, because I've been engaged in other activities and hadn't really had a full opportunity to do catch up on the series. I know that we did finish up on getting this manure pit squared away and getting all the trees and brush that were in this area where the manure pit is all removed and out of the way. So it looks like we got that taken care of. I don't remember if I did that off camera or on camera in the series, but if not, if this no longer looks like, okay, well, we still got some material there that is in the ground that may cause some future problems there. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So I totally missed that, so we're gonna need to deal with that, because I think I've sold everything back to the shop, but there's still some tree parts here that I didn't get rid of, and I didn't even notice that there, so we still need to finish doing the job there. Alright, let's trying to figure out exactly where we're at now. Going to the crop calendar, we're on, it looks like we can go ahead and prep for planting our wheat. So let's move over to our wheat field and see what the status of the field is, and I can make a determination on what we need to do next to get our wheat field ready for planting. Alright, our pH value is okay. Nitrogen is whatever. So let's first deal with the okay on the nitrogen, because the pH. You go ahead as well. Okay, pH is not a horrible thing. Where's my little? Oh, you're way over there. So we're gonna have to use this tractor let's use this tractor. So that's way I don't have to drive another tractor halfway across the map. Well, first we want to go ahead and address the pH level of the field. So we'll do that by dropping some lime down, and I'm hoping, nope, fertilizer. I was hoping that we had the trailer already loaded up with lime, but we do not. We're loaded for fertilizer, so we need to do some shuffling around here. Are those lime? Are those are lime? Even better. All right, so let's do one of these numbers. And let's get you unloaded. And Then I gotta shuffle the deck a little bit here. Switch. And this is how we do that. And believe me, there's a method to the madness, but by doing it this way, I can unload the fertilizer and swap that out with lime. And we go ahead and fill this spreader up with lime. And then we'll go ahead and spread lime on our wheat field. Alright. Then what we can go ahead and do now is load this lime into the spreader. And then have additional lime as needed in the attached trailer. And using these in combination increases the capacity of my lime spreader. I know everybody has their own favorite little setups for their spreaders or what have you, but this is one of my favorite setups for spreading lime. Alright, so we can bring the cover back. Alright, so we got 12,500 liters total. Alright, and let's go spread some lime. And this shouldn't take too long, but let's see how we do here. And I just want to get pH level back up to perfect. All that okay stuff is well and good, but I like to keep it up closer to perfect. I know I don't have to. I could have waited to one more cycle before we did the lime spreading, but I want to go ahead and keep it at the higher levels, and it may cost me more to do so, but I think it all balances itself out. I don't have the numbers to back it up. This is just my personal feelings on the process. I'll leave the math stuff to the math guys, and of which I'm not one of them. But it shouldn't take us too terribly long to get the lime spread on this field. And one thing I want to make sure that I'm keen on this time as we go through this next planting cycle is I had a number of missed areas on the field, and I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. But I know part of the issue as to why that happened is because using AI workers, you know, you can't sit here and micromanage them, and you know, when the AI workers miss areas, and if you don't catch that they miss certain areas and follow through to make sure that you ensure that they did not miss things, that's kind of what happens. So I just need to make sure I also, I'm probably at some point I'm going to have to utilize AI workers, so I just need to make sure that when I do that I'm being very thorough when I go back behind them to make sure that they didn't miss areas of the field. And this is the spot right here that's the most vexing to me right here, that we missed this whole big chunk, and I still don't understand how we missed that chunk. But really both of those spots on the field, I don't understand that at all. But we're gonna do a whole multi-tiered process here. We're putting the lime down. I'm gonna come through with a cultivator, and then we're gonna come through and plant. And that way, if we do the process that way, we should hit most of our marks as far as precision farming is concerned, if we do it that way. The only mark that I'm not 100% on, that we might need to worry about, is the weeding point or aspect of precision farming. But we have a liquid fertilizer spreader now, and I could use that to apply herbicide where I need to on my fields, so that's a good thing. Alright, we're doing pretty good here. We almost got the field done. Sure we don't miss any critical areas of the field. As you see, the field's already still showing in green, but I would just want to make sure that we got all our bases covered and there's no question about pH value or anything else underlying issues that might have an impact on our harvest and our yield. Okay, we have a spread here. Alright, and a couple of more areas and we should be able to wrap it all up. And you know, every once in a while on this series I'll get into discussion on different things that have been released on the mod hub, and but I haven't been doing that as much lately. There's a lot of mods out there on the mod hub, but just not a lot of things that I've been using at the time. But definitely, if we run into some of the mods on the mod hub that I find interesting, or I'm probably going to be using in the future, I'll discuss those from time to time, although that's not the focus of what I'm doing here on this channel, because there's plenty of other YouTubers out there that do that, and that's not the space that I'm trying to operate in right now. I'm just trying to right now just focus on doing some live stream content, and in the not too distant future I will, and I know I keep talking about it, but I'm trying to get there and get all that set up to where I can have a satisfactory space for doing pre-recorded videos, and I will get there in the not too distant future as well. Alright, so we got the lime spread, and if we go over to the precision farming menu, alright, those 35, well, we're still looking at a 69 environmental score for this field right now. I don't know what are the factors that are giving me that right now. I can't zoom in to see the detail, but if we're looking at the 4 bars, oh, it's nitrogen. Okay, so that's no biggie. That'll all adjust automatically once we get to a certain point in the process. All right, well, we're done with the lime, and we could just move on to the other steps in the process. But first, we have to, let's see, how do I do this? So that's that. And I can go ahead and unload here and lime. Oops. And now we can reattach. Am I on the right side? Yeah. And we can just reattach and get the fertilizer spreader set up. Well, first let's unload the remaining lime that we have. Do we have any remaining lime? No. Let's go ahead and open the cover. Yeah. And let's get our fertilizer back loaded in. And we're going to be doing a lot of field setup stuff on tonight's episode, because we still need to finish setting up our grass fields and get those fields going and in cycle and in phase as well. Because we're going to be doing a lot of grass work going forward. A lot of grass work. Alright, these two. Alright, set that up. Alright, there's 2 more. And 1 more. actually. And unload that into the spreader. And it's doing that weird graphical glitch that I hate, where the fertilizer in the spreader turns invisible. And we'll just go ahead and finish filling up the trailer with fertilizer as well. Close the cover. And we'll put this setup aside for the moment. Alright. And let me fire up the John Deere. Let's first of all go ahead and get it gassed up. See, it looks like it's needing fuel. So let's go over here by the gas truck. Alright, so we're finally done with these trucks, and I don't need them again, so I don't need them right now. I've been holding on to them for a while until I emptied the gas truck. It's a long story, but if you've been watching the series, you know why the gas truck was still filled with fuel, and I didn't want to turn the lease back in and lose my money on the gas. That's why I've been holding on to these lease pickups for much longer than I needed them. But now we're done with them both, so I could turn them both back in. Not needed for right now. Alright, the next big thing that we want to get started on is cultivating. And my cultivator is halfway across the map, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Joy. Yep. So we got to go on a little bit of a road trip, unfortunately, guys. I didn't think that whole piece out. So that's further going to add to our joy tonight. But just kind of thinking out loud as we make this drive here, I may need to lease some larger pieces of equipment for working our grass fields now, because we kind of enlarged those fields to a point, into a space where the medium-sized equipment will not be useful for some of those large fields that I have now. I just got to think about that a little bit and see how I want to attack that in the future. And we got a little bit of a road trip here to make to go grab this cultivator and bring that back. And then once we have the cultivator going, I'm going to have to turn that over to an AI worker and just make sure that I do a thorough job again, going back and make sure I covered anything and everything that AI worker might have missed. So the next time we do set up a field, I'm not looking at areas in the field or little gaps where parts of the field were missed during our planning process. Alright, coming up on our pig farm, and there's our Turn the cultivator. Oops, what the heck? Alright, and we have the cultivator. I'm going to take this back to the main farm, and then we're going to chop it up. Alright, we're almost there. That was a long ride. Just about ready to get this thing going and get cracking onto some other activities here. I gotta figure out a way to do something about those straw piles that are left over from when I'm working contract fields too. Because when you have crops, one of the things that you had in 19 with mods is there's a mod that you could add that would created a situation where you had crop decay, so that you didn't have like the forever materials sitting out there all over your map. And that's one of the aspects I hope that in the next iteration of Farming Simulator 22 they add crop decay back to the game, even if it's an optional feature. Because I think that's what Giants needs to understand, or at least take consideration with their game design. Is okay, you want to make the game appealable to the masses, where you make it, well, that's fine, but you also have options that in the game that appeal to the more hardcore or more, I guess the term is hardcore, but the more hardcore simulation players, and just set those elements of the game up as optional gameplay features, and that way you can appease all aspects of the fan base and still have a game that's easily accessible for the masses. And when they want to ratchet up the difficulty and ratchet up the simulation aspect of the game, they can do so through options in the game. That's just me thinking out loud here. Alright, so what we're going to first do is go around this field, and I'm going to try my best to create a headland so that I can turn the worker loose on this field. But this field has a very odd shape, and that's why I run into issues with the workers on this field. Because one of the other things you got to think about, if we look at this from the map, this is actually a field inside of a larger field. Really, this field and the field that's surrounding this field, which I don't own, should be combined into one big massive field. And so that might be another piece of property I'm looking at purchasing in the not too distant future, so that we can just connect all of this and just have this turn into one big dog leg here, and one big field, and just fuel all of that. Make a lot of things easier, even though you still have a oddly shaped field, but it would be a massive crop. And whatever I want to set that field to, man, we're gonna have a massive harvest from that. Not that this field is already nothing to sneeze at, but what type of yield you can get from the harvest. And as you see, as the size of the fields that I'm operating on increase, I also have to look at probably investing in larger equipment as well, or at least look at leasing larger equipment. But we may play with that thought process here in just a second, once I switch the focus from this field to my grass fields. And I guess one other thing I want to touch on today as to why I'm a little bit quiet is while I won't claim that I'm fully sick, I am a little not feeling 100% today, I guess is the best way to put it. I got a little bit of a headache, just been feeling a little bit off this afternoon, but one of those things I'm still just trying to push through. So I ask everyone tonight to be a little bit patient with me. I did take a little medication earlier to deal with the headache that I have right now. I may end up having to take something else because still doesn't feel like the headache's going away. It's backed off a little bit, but still got it. So I don't know. Alright, let me get this lined up. I'm doing some bad driving right now. Yeah, definitely might want to look at leasing a larger tractor and a larger cultivator so we can knock this thing out in a few seconds. I don't know this little nickel and dime stuff we're doing here. I don't know if this is going to cut it. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and just for amusement purposes here. Let's get the worker to go and see what he does with this. And while he's going, we could look at the let's see what's on sale here. Okay, DDK, Vertigo 180, John Deere planter, pallet transport machine device, and early riser, planter 16 planter. That's a 12-meter planter. The other planter is a 17-meter planter. That's the big boy stuff, but not what we're looking for right now. But we're gonna go right to the big boys, and I'm gonna flip over to the modded side of it. Wait a minute, there's a fast track in here. We know what the fast track can do. Have I played around with the fast track? That's 289. Yeah, let me see here. But what's the horsepower on that fast track now? What we're looking at here. That's 348. But first, so I guess we first need to go to the cultivators. Where we're at, cultivators, and we want to look for shallow cultivators. But we need a big one. That's 12 meters. That's 14 meters. Shallow cultivator 15 meters. And that's about it right there. So we can go all the way up to 15.7 before we start running into problems. Looks like. Let's see here. Is that the biggest one we got? I know we got some other big stuff on here, don't we? Yeah, we got the 1413. Oh, those are the ones I have with the field creator mod. Alright, so looks like our largest premium expansion, that's 7.5. Yeah, so the largest shallow cultivator that we can play with has a 500 horsepower requirement, and it'll give me 15.7 meters. And let's see what we're looking at here. So with that in mind, we know that the arena we have to play in, just want to make sure I'm still watching what the worker's doing there, is so we need a 500 tractor that's doing 500, a minimum of 500 horsepower. We really want more than that, so that rules out the fast track 8330 right off the bat. So we need 58, 435. Alright, so here's your first 500. It's your Fent, and that gives me 517 horsepower. We got one at 488, and that's 558. 343. 692. Okay, that's a good deal right there on the T9. Because I also don't want to break the bank here. 673 for 385. 387. 402, 352. Alright. 458, 368. That's 524. 368. Here's one, 279. What's the horsepower? 445. 355. 445. 409. 280. 415, 329, 517. Those fence are really looking good, man. uh, 700 horsepower. The John Deere is with the crazy horsepower though. Here's one, a 343 John Deere. Well, that's getting you 458, 445, 387. So the 9RT is where you started getting to the uh, right numbers. But I want to get a tractor that's somewhere in the 300,000 range. But I want to try to get the best bang for the buck within that price range. All right, this 9X30T might be the deal. That one's 175. Yeah, we're not gonna touch that anywhere, are we? Wait a minute. Let's see. 219, 450. No, we're not gonna touch that anywhere. That's 530 for 175. Let me see what the options are here though. So if we go to the full horsepower, you're up to 253. I didn't really want to mess with no tracks. Front way, rock box. I want to have it set up for the US configuration, green star. We don't need no numbers, really. Well, where do the numbers go? Gotcha. And we definitely need attachers, yes. Alright. Sophie. Alright, and what's the horsepower we're looking at here? 530. We're going to lease that bad boy. And then we're going to go to the cultivators and we're going to grab that bad boy that we were looking at. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. We're going to call it Kopenblock. And one of my European brethren can tell me how bad I butchered that or not. So let's go some Kopenblock. So details. The Kopenblock go. All right, lease the Kopenblock. And let's hop over to the shop and get those two pieces of machinery lined up. And get to work on our grass fields, getting them set up. Because we're working on the grass fields, we don't need to wait for any particular cycle. We could do those at any time. We just need to get the field set up, the grass planted, and grass will regrow automatically. We just need to get the fields set up. The grass will do what it does. We got the Kopenblock. Oh shucks, I forgot about one critical part of the process. Oh man, That's on me. Brain malfunction. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We need to address the issue of stones. And we're going to do this in an unrealistic manner. Sue me. So we'll pick up unreal. 43, 100. Alright, I don't know whether I'm gonna go with the Unreal Capacity 1. We're gonna lease. So I'll pick a trailer. Plot. We'll leave you there for a moment because I totally forgot about the stone situation. And I really didn't even need to lease the cocoa plot. I'm totally having a brain malfunction here, and that just cost me a lot of money not thinking about what I'm doing here. Well, I'll figure it out in a second. Well, you win some, you lose some, guys. And this is what happened when you don't really have time or didn't take the time to sit down and do some stream planning between streams. This is when playing it by ear comes to bite you in the butt sometimes. And given where I'm at now in this stream and in this series, probably should have planned this one out. But it's still all good. We still got it. Half the fun is the knowing and the learning. Alright. This tractor is really squirrely. Really hard to control, hard to drive, actually harder than I thought it would be. You think that the tracks would actually afford for more stable tractor to drive, but that's not the case. Alright, so we got this stone picker. Before we've already plowed the grass field, so we didn't need to do the cultivation piece at all. We just need to do the stones and the planting. Stones, lime, and planting, I should say. The grass fields have already been plowed. So that was just a total brain malfunction on my part. So let's go ahead and stone picker. The only thing we need to do on these grass fields really is just get the stones. Why is that not? Back it up again. Let's try this again, shall we? Alright, X, turn on stone picker. There we go. And we'll get a little bit of money back from the stone picking process, but that's not really what it's all about. It's all about getting these fields prepared for planting. And now that I think about it, we might want to take a look at a couple of those planters that are on sale right now. The stone picking is going to take a while because this is my smaller of the two. Uh-oh. That's not good. There's a little spot there that is not plowed. So, Houston, we have a small problem. And I wonder why the plow did not pick up that. Just back it. And these are the things you learn, and that's why we do the work. Boom. So, I guess since here's what we're gonna do. Since we already got the exit on, we're gonna bring the plow down here because that piece needs to be plowed. And that needs to be plowed with the create builds mode on. So I do need to grab the plow. Since we have the cultivator, what we're gonna do, since I gotta go this way anyway, I'm gonna turn this trip into a dual purpose trip. I wanted to be doing two things at the same time, but that little situation there changes everything for us a little bit. And as you can see, that was a spot that was missed. It didn't show up on any of the overlays or the displays, and I didn't see it until I'm actually on the field at field level. And really, you didn't see it until you're right at that spot, on that spot in that part of the field. Since we got this piece of equipment out, we're going to put it to good use before we turn it back in, so that the lease is not a total waste. This tractor is not slow, but it's not fast either. Like I say, you can see it. I guess I shouldn't say it's a little too precise. And that's why what makes it hard to control. This tractor turns on a dime. Be such a big tractor. And actually the AI worker is doing a decent job. He's doing better than I thought he would do. So let's go ahead and spread this piece of equipment out, and we're going to help the worker out. We have this piece and we're here. Alright, more cultivator. And I'm gonna help old boy out here. Speed this whole process up. guess what I also need to look at here while we're cultivating this field is if those spots need to be cultivated or plowed through, because I just ran over that spot with the cultivator and it didn't change the look of that piece of the field. So we may have a different problem here than I'm thinking, that part of the field. Which may lead to me having to replow the whole field, and if so, that's not going to make me happy at all if I need to come through the field with a plow to get those parts of the field fixed. And I sincerely hope that's not the case. But I know for sure once we run through here with a planter, if that section of the field doesn't change, it's not a good sign when I'm seeing what I'm seeing already. So he did miss this piece here. And this is the other little spot on the field. That's my trouble spot. And it's still showing that little strip there. So that's a spot that was missed when we plowed through. I'm not entirely sure. But it has me worried. Alright, let's go ahead and lower the cultivator. Alright, let me check some, because this whole thing got me. It's rolling. Alright. Can't stress. Just need to see what it does when we come through with the planter. I think I'm in trouble though. Just that field. In fact, I know I'm in trouble because when I run over that part of the field with the cultivator, it should update the status of that piece of the field to the same status as the rest of the field. So I already know it's in a different. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to do. Wasting my time right now. I'm gonna have to plow through this whole field. I see that already. So here's the deal. And I didn't realize that was what we're going to be getting into tonight. Let's go to lease items. We're going to return that cultivator. We need to go right to the plow. And we're going to have to reboot this whole thing. That's a big screw up on my part, and hate that I missed that, but I won't make those mistakes again. We're gonna go to the plows. We need the big boy. That's 330, 370. Again, we want to attach it. What's the width on this one? That one's 26. I won't be able to get that from the shop. What's that one? This one is 22 meters. Charger, yes. No, we want to lease it. All right. Now I'm just making mistakes left and right tonight. So it's all well and good. But based on what's happening now, it looks like I'm going to be got my work cut out for myself. And I don't know whether I do this on camera or off camera, but we're going to have to plow. What I'm going to have to do to make sure there are no shenanigans on my wheat field is just plow that whole field through and make sure that we leave no stone unturned. I really don't know how I missed those big area sections of the field, but it's kind of water under the bridge right now. But I just need to redo the whole field and make sure that it's all in the same state and that I don't miss any parts of the field, period. So I'm going right now. We're going to go to the shop, grab the plow. So we're going to need to use the stone picker on both of my grass fields and on the wheat field. So we're going to put the stone picker to some serious use tonight. But I don't know if we'll get through it, have enough time to get through it in this episode. What I may end up doing, just to speed everything up, is lease multiple stone pickers with multiple tractors. We'll see. But first thing first is to get the plowing operation done. And first we just need to go grab the plow. And this tractor is not very fast. Yeah, I thought we'd get into the planning tonight, but it doesn't look like we'll make it. So we're just going to be doing tonight mostly plowing and stone picking. Looks like that's going to be our flow tonight. Let's see if I can carefully drive through and true and get us out of here. Camera in close and tight. Try not to get stuck on a post. Uh-oh, this is gonna be fun trying to get through this little hole. Alright. Oh, was doing good. Alright, and let's squeeze through this little crevice here. Well, it's not really that little. Alright, so the first thing I want to address is the little missed spot of field that for whatever reason didn't track when I was doing the create fields process earlier. I don't know how I missed that small piece. It's just a small piece, but it's significant. Alright, so I'm gonna unfold here. And allow create fields or plow and run through. Alright. Two fields, the plow. Fold. And we're back in business, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Next stop, main farm. And I'm thinking about, as I'm driving through, I'm thinking about ways I can speed this whole process up tonight. With what time I got left, but I give it some more thought once I get to the field and we get started with what we have. It's a good thing I don't have traffic turned on right now. This could be ridiculous. As you can see, this plow is taking up the entire highway. Wouldn't even be feasible. They have traffic on now. Alright. Whoa. Now we're finally miss a turn coming into the main farm. Let's see. Get through here? Yes. So I know this is going to defeat the purpose of running the whole shallow cultivator deal, so I can go ahead and release him, this worker, from his burden, so to speak. Around this way. And we'll come back to you guys momentarily. Probably have him pull a stone breaker too. Actually, all right. This tractor. All right. Okay. Why is he missing? Starting off there, plow should be hitting the ground. All right, lower plow. Full plow. Like that. He started off by missing parts of the field already. And he's still. All right, there we go. but understanding what was happening there. So let's run this back again, and this time make sure that we plow through the entire field. So I may run through this manually. I'm afraid to leave this to the discretion of the workers on these larger fields, but I'm kind of at a catch-22 because I have to utilize the workers at times so that I could do multiple things at the same time, but I still have to come back and check thoroughly to make sure that I don't miss stuff. It leaves me in a situation like I had encountered with this field, why I'm having to do all this in the first place. But I still don't understand how I missed that the worker missed that much of the field. But again, it's just at this point, water under the bridge. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Because I usually don't make those kind of mistakes. We're gonna rectify this whole thing, ply it through, and just reset the whole process. And I'm gonna take some hits on my precision farming scores for doing this, but I'd rather have it right this time around. There. I need this entire field to be in the same state. And if they're not, if the entire field is not in the same state, then I got a problem. So I'm gonna go around here manually, then see if I can leave this one to the discretion of the worker. This is a large enough plow where the worker shouldn't screw it up that much, but don't quote me because they always seem to find a way, don't they? But I'm also wondering, and I have to look at that too, as if since I'm plowing the field now, will I lose the benefits of the lime that I have down here since I'm actually doing the process out of order? Not sure. So I have to put the lime down again. We'll see here in just a bit. We're getting back now, folks, to the real farming part of the game. And I still got the game speed set to real time, because with what we're doing now, that's where it needs to be for me to do all the field work activities that I need to get done in a given day. Especially since I'm still operating with 2-day months. And it may not seem like it, but this field itself, like I say, is deceptively large as it is already. And so imagine if I purchased the field that surrounds this field. You're really talking a behemoth of a field. But we stay tuned, because we already got two behemoths of grass fields going right now. I really don't know for sure right now how much time it's going to take me to work those grass fields that I created. We will soon know what the numbers are on all of that. I wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the work loose and see what he do. Should I watch him? He's already leaving. And see, and that's how you get those little strips right there when he does that thing right there, what he just did, where you leave that little piece. And when you come back through, you don't see it until it's too late. But I think this tractor should have enough horsepower to pull the stone picker. In theory, we'll check it out. All right, keep that there. All right, we're here. So let's pull up and see. Lower, turn on. And there we go. And I just realized here there's some other options with the stone picker that I could have picked that I didn't pick. Because in addition to unrealistic, I also should have got the fast stone picker as well. So I think what I'm going to do here before we even finish doing this piece, because we're going to need that as well. I'll go ahead and finish this field, but we're going to trade this stone picker in for the fast stone picker after we get through here. We're going to go ahead and knock this one on out since we're here already, and I need to recoup some of my cash back. I'm operating at a loss all over the place right now. As we can fast farm with the stone picker as well, if I get the right version of it. And if anybody on the stream wants to see, or you're new to the game and you want to see how the stone pickers and all that work realistically, I can show you that as well. That's just not what we're doing right now. Again, as I've talked about on this series before, you got to play the game the way that works the best for you, and however you want to do it so that you can have fun. There are guys that play realistically, there are guys that play unrealistically, and I'm somewhere in the middle of that. But the reason why I'm doing it this way now is because if I were to do this realistically, it would literally take hours of time, and I just don't have that luxury for now to do that. In fact, the amount of time that we're taking here is significant out of the time that I have available to me versus whatever the other things that I have going on in real life. We'll get it done. Sure, it's just not always going to be in the way that some of those realism police would like. But again, as I always say, you got to do you. Do whatever, and play the game the way that works best for you and your particular play style. There's no right way to play Farming Simulator, and there's no wrong way to play Farming Simulator. Playing the game the way that works the best for you. Don't let anyone tell you different. This day and age we live in now, man, everybody wants to be critic, They have no fear, but they have no fear because it's a bunch of cowards on the internet. It's easy to criticize somebody from a distance. But I digress. Alright, let's go ahead. Again, this is way too slow. Because this is the realistic speed that the stone picker is moving at right now. This is the speed that a realistic stone picker would move at. What's unrealistic is the operating width and the capacity of the trailer that I have attached here. It's actually what we got here is a windrow set up for a stone picker. But it works. Just do not want to do stone picking at this slow of a rate for any amount of the fields. Because even looking, going at this rate on this field is, in fact, I'm running out of patience already. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up now. Now that I think about it. Let's go. Just making some regrettable purchases or leases tonight, but that's all part of the deal. And actually, I need to take a peek here on the prices menu to see where I can sell these stones. Who's buying stones? Let's see. Then we get a little bit of change back. Diner restaurants 87, 86. Adelia's 87. Let's see. I was having an issue previously with the stone picker being able to sell to the diner. Let's see if that's still a thing. If I get money off the stones, cool. If I can't, cool as well, because not a ton of money anyways. So all right, nothing happening. And just curious. I want to see if it also does that on the Sedalia point as well. Then I have to ask, is the issue with the mod or the something else? Oh, there. Oh, it was. They get a pot right there. No, that's start filling. No prompt to unload it at any point in time. Just filling. I don't know why, but no worries. I'm not even going to sweat it. Going back to this, just been one of those deals, man. Turn. This has been one of those nights, buddies. All right, stone pickers. Alright, there's real capacity. Which one's the fast one? Oh, there it is. 31 miles per hour. You gotta look at this. There we go. Standard. Normal capacity 2, 3, 4. Normal capacity 1. ran. These. All right. Just all kind of hits tonight. Now let's try this again, shall we? So unfold that bad boy. Or and now we should be cooking. I've actually misaligned the lineup. I should have lined it up before I started it. Alright. Now this should go much, much faster. And this is a setup I can get behind. Alright. Alright, circle back around. All the speed. Back around. Speed. And this is what I'm talking about. If we could just find a way to sell those rocks without issues, then that would be perfect. For the little bit of money we get back off of that. But who would have thought we'd been going in all these different directions tonight? I thought we'd be able to get some planting in, but the universe as such had other ideas. So we may have to save that for the next episode. But this is much more efficient here, and we have to do the same thing on our main wheat field here too. So this is a precursor to what we will be doing on our other field as well. God dang it. Don't like. Alright, figure out how to make this efficient. And we just gotta do it that way because we're gonna have to come back there and address that. Bring it back around. Do I have enough space? I do not. So let's back it up. Should get everything. Come back through. That's good stuff right there. And there we go. Boom. This is going much, much faster. You know, we've eaten up most of tonight's episode with this stuff, and we won't have time to get to some of the other things. We're going to be spreading this out. Looks like we're going to be spreading this out among a few episodes here. All right, chopping it up. And that's it. And if we fold it up, And we're gonna go ahead and take it to the next field up to our main farm, and that'll also give us an opportunity to kind of see, because I hadn't checked on the worker yet, to see what the worker has done and where he's at, and hopefully he's just about got the whole field wrapped up, and I won't have to correct much on what he's done, but I know better. So let's head over there now and see what we're working with. Alright, we made our way to the main farm. We're gonna get some, some stone picker action going on the main farm. And doesn't look like the worker got far at all, did he? No, he did not. In fact, it looks like he plowed into another field altogether here. Alright, so let's square him away, because he's off on some weird tangent there. Bro, you didn't really do much at all, did you? He really just made one pass and quit. All that time, and that's as far as he's got. Shame, shame, shame. And this is why you can't leave these workers to their own devices for long. And this is another aspect of the game. I hope in the next version they really put some work and effort into improving the performance of the AI overall. In this day and age, and where we are in society with AI in general, they can do better than that. Alright. And I want to turn the AI worker loose here, but I just can't, because I can already see he's making moves that's gonna make this process take way more time than it should. So doing an intervention here. Let's go get it. Alright, hire the worker. See if pointing him that way helped out any. The workers just can't do irregular shapes and sizes. But I'm just gonna have to watch him, keep an eye on him, and micromanage him on this field, no matter what I'm doing. as well take my screenshot while I'm here. So let me do this. Let's see how the worker performs here. And we're coming up close to the end of tonight's episode. And we're still right now working through the plowing and the stone picking stuff. So I can't even, I guess we'll try to get started with it. But I still got to do that other top part of the field here. So I don't even want to get too far on that. We can do part of it. Work that through. See, I get that this far, and I'm gonna have to stop once I get up here. This right here still needs to be done. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck with that. See, why is this work? Okay, that's annoying. Bro, you just gonna come down here on the end and leave this whole chunk of field? Done with it. I can't move in this perfectly straight lines like he can, but I can make sure I don't miss big chunks of field. And all the time the worker had, this whole thing should have been done. knock out that piece. Lift it up quick. Get a little speed. Bring it right down. Alright, we're on the last 5 minutes of the episode. We've chewed up as much time and so much useful activity tonight. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out. You've been tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition on the Alma, Missouri map. I am Bose 831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you're picking up my content at. The only way I can get better and better is with your feedback, so keep the likes, comments coming. And let me know how I'm doing, you know. These episodes of my YouTube series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel in their entirety. Typically in their entirety, I should say. And the same thing applies there. If you're picking up my content from my YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know, let me know, let me know. If you got something that you want to see, put your request in the comments, and I'll take those comments under consideration. If you got a map you want to see me do a series on, same thing applies. Thank everyone for tuning in tonight. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? And tune in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And at least looks like we will get through at least getting this field plowed through while we're on live tonight. And we'll get started on the stone picking. Let's go to the filters view. And you can see some of the things there now. Alright, so let's do plow. Now let's get back to the stone picker. Turn it back on and it's go time. Now we should have room to work. Alright, we're just going through the edges of the field right now. This is the last minute. So get your last minute goodbyes in now and we'll pick up on this Saturday's episode. Probably, at least that's the goal. I may go ahead and finish stone picking on this field off camera, at least on this field, and we'll be all set up to go for what we want to do Saturday. I want you guys to see, at least get a taste of what it's going to be like, what life is going to be like for us going forward on the big grass field here. That's it for tonight. Everyone have a good night, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch, Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition, Alma, Missouri, and we're out.